we have the three in the last 20 years of this franchise. Tobey Maguire, who of course started it all with the first three Spider-Man. Hi, Tobey.
Hello.
Trato de mejorar.
Of course, Andrew Garfield, who carried it on in the next two. Hey.
Yeah.
Los amo, chicos.
And now Tom Holland, who's completed his first trilogy. We'll find out if there's more with Tom Holland right here.
Oh my god, esto va a ser épico, papus.
Habla, bienvenido a un nuevo videito más aquí en el canal del robot. Spider-Man No Way Home nos trajo la sorpresa de 2021, trayendo de vuelta a las leyendas Andrew Garfield y Tobey Maguire y sus respectivos Spidermans. Fue un momento glorioso e increíble, sobre todo para Tom Holland.
We were a long way into shooting before you guys showed up. You know, we were maybe 3 months into principal photography. And, you know, the date of the other Spider-Mans are coming was etched on my calendar, and I was getting closer and closer and closer. And, you know, the closer and closer I got, the more and more nervous I was. And then as soon as I met you guys in Atlanta, I realized I had nothing to be nervous about. But at our first rehearsal, I had asked Jacob and Zendaya to come with me, to just kind of be there. But I think it was really strange and almost a little unfair how they had us put the suits on and then just jump around in front of a camera together. Like, that was one of the most bizarre experiences of my life. And again, Jacob and Zendaya were there for that, to support me.
Tienes muy buenos amigos.
Mis mejores amigos.
Esta es la primera entrevista que los tres actores de Spider-Man dan juntos, contando un poco de su experiencia en esta increíble reunión. Así que en este video vamos a revisar los mejores momentos y prepárense, amigos, que esto va a ser épico.
¡Qué genial! ¡Qué genial! ¡Ay, me cagué!
Si eres nuevo o nueva por aquí, acá en el canal tenemos varios videos revisando los mejores momentos de tus actores favoritos. Tenemos ya un montón de videos revisando los mejores momentos de Tom, Tobey y Andrew, el elenco de Spider-Man No Way Home, así que te recomiendo que te pases por esta lista de reproducción que le estoy dejando aquí arriba, donde vas a ver todos los bailes, todos los saltos y por supuesto todos los besos.
I want to go and do the upside down making out scene in the rain. Right now. Jacob, let's go.
Let's do it.
Harness up, Jacob. You two have fun.
Y claro, si te gustan los superhéroes, los actores que los interpretan y los momentos divertidos en entrevistas, amigo, no la pienses más, suscríbete a este canal, activa todas las notificaciones para que no te pierdas de todo el contenido increíble que se nos viene.
¡Qué genialidad!
Tobey Maguire sin duda era el más necesario en esta reunión por ser el primer Spider-Man en el cine, y nos cuenta cómo lo contactaron y cómo le explicaron este ambicioso proyecto.
Amy Pascal and Kevin Feige and had talked about, they sort of just, you know, teased it. I think Amy was like, we'd love to talk to you, and you know what this is about. And I was like, okay, sure. Let's have a chat.
I think with Amy, you're like, no, I don't, Amy, no.
Yeah, no, I know. I was,
Like, what?
maybe you could just give me a little bit of information, but I don't know. I gotta say, I was intrigued immediately. Like in that conversation, the intention, the kind of love and celebration of these movies and what it meant, I think, to Amy and Kevin was apparent. And to me, when artists or, you know, people who are steering the creative process have a kind of authentic, genuine intent of celebration and love, it just was so apparent in both of them that, I don't know, I just wanted to join that.
Andrew, por otro lado, solamente tenía una condición para participar.
I was just waiting to see if Tobey was going to do it, and if Tobey was going to do it, then I was like, well, I have no choice, you know. I follow Tobey to the ends of the earth.
Sí, que me aman.
And again, in a similar way to what Tobey was saying, it was like, oh, the intention feels very pure here. It actually feels like a great creative idea and a great creative story. It wasn't like they were just asking us to come and say hi and then leave again, but actually have our presence being in service to Tom, you know, being in service to Tom's journey and where he is as Peter Parker, and how I love the destiny feeling of the multiverse expanding in this film, and actually that without Tobey's Peter and Andrew's Peter being present for Tom's Peter at this very moment, he may not become the Peter Parker that he's supposed to become. I love that there's and that maybe he would have lost his girlfriend, and that maybe he would have gone down a darker path if Tobey hadn't have given him that kind of mentorship moment, that better angel kind of moment.
Andrew, como ya sabes, tuvo que hacer muchas entrevistas justo antes del estreno y tuvo que mentir mucho.
There's a photo going around on the internet of you and Tobey Maguire on the set of Spider-Man. Yeah, the new Spider-Man movie.
Miente. I can't speak for anything else apart from myself. Sure. Like they might be doing something, but then ain't none. Like I ain't got a call.
And I was like, wow,
I'm not sure about that.
We are.
Garfield playing Spider-Man again. Yeah. Oh, you almost got me. No, I'm not. Crying out loud. But I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with the next movie, because I just love them. I heard about it, and I did see it, and it's a Photoshop.
Oso, eso es mentira.
Por fin, Andrew cuenta junto con los otros 3 Spidermans cómo fue llevar este secreto y mentirle a medio mundo.
The worst of it though, Andrew, because you were doing press for months. Yeah, like
out there, man. I'm like out there, and everyone's like, "Why is Andrew Garfield on a press tour just denying Spider-Man?" Like,
acá entre nos les voy a preguntar con todo respeto. ¿No les parece eso curioso?
I definitely think I had the hardest time.
You had the worst part of it, yeah.
Thrust into the world just like coincided with having to lie for the sake of that audience reaction, I think.
Nadie se ha preocupado tanto por mí.
When you're organizing a surprise birthday party for someone that you love, and they keep saying, mate, just tell me, I hate surprises. You know I hate surprises, but deep down you know they will love the surprise. I justified my ethical kind of like unethical lying behavior. I call it fibbing more than lying.
Right.
It was quite. I kind of enjoyed it. It was quite fun, and it felt like a game of that game Werewolf or Mafia, where you know you're the werewolf and you have to convince everyone that you're not. So I kind of like turned it into a little bit of a game for myself.
El traje de Spider-Man es emblemático y para Tobey fue una locura volver a usar las mallas después de tantos años.
Well, you know, once you get through the process of, you know, really peeling it onto your body, it was, I don't know, a lot of things. It was uncomfortable getting it on, and then it's a goof, and then it also has a sort of, you know, I guess a sort of a power in a sense, because it brings me back into that character. It really does. There's so much affinity for this character. It means so much to so many people that, you know, once the sort of goofiness of being in lycra or spandex, you know, once that goes away, you're like, oh wow, this is cool. This is that sort of a responsibility, but a blessing, like something that I get to do.
Oye, ¿vas a ir a la batalla vestido de pastor buena onda o tienes tu traje? Bien.
Esta película fue un gran reto y no hubiera sido lo que fue sin el gran trabajo que se hizo el director Jon Watts. Realmente se lució y llenó todas las expectativas, y los actores cuentan cómo fue trabajar con este talentoso director.
Where I think we were on a scaffolding, and like we were talking to Doctor Strange, who wasn't actually there, and Tom turned to us and said, there's something that doesn't feel quite right about this. It feels a bit awkward, or like we just kind of stood here, and both me and Tobey were like, yeah, this feels a little weird, we feel a little odd. And then in that moment, Jon Watts comes up the scaffolding, goes, that's the movie, that's it, we got it, it's the part of the film, this is the moment. And we're all like, we're insane then. We weren't seeing what he was seeing, which he then just showed us. and it was just the three of us in our suits in the same frame. And just how profoundly moving that is unto itself.
John and I spoke yesterday for the first time since the film has been released. And the first kind of 10 minutes of our conversation was kind of like, we're both kind of in disbelief of what's happened and what we've achieved. You know, I'm talking to him like, I remember meeting you for the first time in my trailer. I was 18 years old, and you had never directed a movie like this before, and both of us hadn't a fucking clue what we were doing. We were both like, I was petrified, he was petrified. And then on this movie, we were able to put our best foot forward, go there day one and feel confident in our capabilities. And it's just been one of those relationships that I've had that I will cherish forever.
Ay, qué bonito.
Le preguntaron a Tom Holland si volvería a interpretar a Spider-Man, y aunque ya no le vamos a creer absolutamente nada de lo que diga, igual dio una respuesta bastante emotiva.
The truth is, the truthful answer, and I've done a whole press tour where all I do is lie. The truth is, and you're not going to like the truth, I don't know the answer to that question.
No digas mamadas, Mary Jane.
This film for me was as special as an experience could ever be. Sharing the screen with these guys, you know, playing Spider-Man can be quite an alienating experience because, you know, we're the only three blokes who have done it. So to share that with you two, and for it to have been such a wonderful experience, of which I have such amazing memories, I don't know, there's part of me that feels like it's the perfect time to jump off the building and swing off into the sunset and let the next lucky young kid come in to don the suit. I know I love this character, and I know that I am not ready to say goodbye, but if it is time for me to say goodbye, then I will do so proudly, knowing that I have achieved everything I wanted to with this character, and sharing it with these boys will be forever one of the most special experiences of my career. So if it's time, it's time. If it's not, it's not. But at the moment, I don't know.
Ya no, hijo. No te creo.
Ahora sí, chicos, déjenme en los comentarios ustedes qué le preguntarían a los tres actores que interpretaron a Spider-Man en Spider-Man No Way Home. Ojalá que den más entrevistas juntos, que la verdad todavía hay mucho que decir sobre esta película. En la descripción te estoy dejando el video original con la entrevista completa por si la quieres ver. Y si te gustó este video, no te olvides de dejar tu pulgar arriba, suscribirte a este canal, activar todas las notificaciones, forma parte de una vez de la gran familia robot, no querrás perderte el contenido épico que se nos viene. A mí me puedes encontrar en absolutamente todas las redes sociales, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, y también estoy en Twitch streameando de vez en cuando. Pásate un rato por los streams que te vas a divertir. Por mi parte, eso fue todo. Te dejo aquí algunos otros videos que definitivamente te van a interesar y yo aquí me despido. Gracias por ver este video. Yo soy el Robot Boy y conmigo será hasta el próximo video.